Who did you think you had to be accepted? Me? The hero. Woo! Great morning, great afternoon, and great evening, whichever you may be tuning into the video, man. I'm excited to be here today, man. And today we talking about identity and self-image. Part 5 of the Transition Starts Here series. Identity and self-image. As y'all just saw, I started out by answering the question, who did I think I had to be? I thought I had to be the hero. I thought I had to be the guy that everybody could depend on, the guy that everybody could count on. They can call you at any point in time and that you will be there to answer the call and you will be there to help them in their time of need. And I filled that role as being the hero for a very long time, until I realized that being the hero to everybody else ends up making you be the villain to yourself. I'm going to say that one more time. Being the hero to everybody else makes you a villain to yourself. Because when you pour so much into everybody else and you think about yourself last or pour into yourself last, you end up with an empty cup. And when you're the hero, people are not thinking that they need to pour back into your cup. People are not thinking that your cup needs to be filled. People are not thinking that they need to pour back into you. Yeah, they may be grateful that you saved them. They may be grateful that you helped them, you assisted them. They may be grateful that you did a lot of those things. But as soon as you tell them no, you're going to see you weren't never the hero in none of their lives either. You was the villain. And you was the villain in their lives by trying to be the hero because you enabled their behavior in other people. And then you enabling that behavior in other people, you also enable the behavior in yourself of betraying yourself, going against yourself, not putting yourself first. I did that. Plenty of times I put myself last. I put others first. I tried to take care of everybody else and I didn't take care of myself. So I was trying to be the hero in a lot of different situations. And we can apply this across the board. We can apply this in high school. We can apply this in college. We can apply this in my life. Like, this is a constant thing that I had to learn to work my way out of. I had to learn to get out of that scenario. The number one way that I learned how to stop being a hero to a lot of people was when I moved away to a new city. When I moved away to a new city, I no longer had the ability to be the hero to people because I wasn't around to answer the call, because I wasn't present enough to do what they needed me to do or feel what they needed me to feel. So that was step one. But moving into a new environment and moving into a new city ain't gonna stop me from being the hero. Now I done found new people to be the hero too. So now I start being the hero to new people. Once again, not understanding, not realizing that I'm crossing my own boundaries. I'm setting my own self up for the failure. I'm setting myself up for the finesse. I'm setting myself up. I'm setting myself up to be alley-oop and thrown and not in the bucket in the trash. Like, you got to understand it in the aspect of when you keep answering the call for everybody else and the phone been ringing for you for a long time, when yourself is calling to you can't even hear the call no more, because it's so far removed from you by trying to be the hero to everybody else that you end up not understanding and not having that intuition, not being fully connected within yourself, that you allow yourself to be in situations, deal with people, circumstances, and all of these different things because you gave all you had to them and none to yourself. You got to give to yourself. You got to give to yourself. Being the hero for everybody else can make you be at war with yourself, because while you constantly pouring into everybody else and everything else and being the hero and trying to help everybody else up and not taking care of you, you leaving that all to yourself. You leaving nothing. You leaving the littlest amount of energy you had to yourself. So I know we talking about image, self-image and identity today, but my identity was trying to please everybody else. And as I study the old version of myself, and I say, man, you kept trying to appease to everybody and everything else. You kept doing it consistently. It ain't like it's a one-time thing. You kept consistently trying to do this. You kept consistently trying to do this. And the reason why you kept consistently trying to do this is because when you were little, this is what you wanted somebody to do for you. And not in the same sense of being the hero in the aspect of doing that, but you wanted the people that you grew up with. You wanted your family. You wanted your friends. You wanted people to be more present and to understand you in a way that nobody ever did. It's hard when you try to form relationships and things with people. You try to do different things and nobody understands you. They understand a little part of you. They understand a little part. They understand the intellectual aspect. They understand the smart aspect. They understand the technical aspect. They understand the physical aspect, working out. They all understand individual aspects. But when you look at yourself as a whole, they don't understand you. You get around people that you can relate to when it comes down to certain things, but in totality, sometimes it's just very hard when you don't find a lot of people who fully connect and understand who you are. So what do? You either walk alone or you keep trying to find other people and you keep doing the same thing and going into the same cycle. It isn't until you take some time and be in solitude with yourself and understand what you're doing and look up and see that you on the wheel, just like the rat, running and doing the same thing, till you can take yourself off the wheel, put yourself in a different position, identify the identity that you were trying to live up to, the label that you were trying to live up to, the role that you were trying to live up to, and then start to dive deeper into you and see, what is it that I was searching for? What is it that I was looking for when I was trying to be the hero to everybody else? I was really looking to be the hero to myself. I just gave it to everybody else. So now, let's focus in and take that same energy and effort and put it into me. And work on being the hero. Work on saying no. Work on implementing those boundaries, putting these different things up. So that now when I'm having an identity, my identity is coming from a place of who I am, not what I do. It's who I am, not what I do. Y'all like me because of what I do. Y'all think I'm a hero because of what I do. But a lot of y'all don't know who I am. So let's focus in and give me that energy and put that energy on who I am. So now when you start to see this new version of who I am, you don't identify it as what I do, because you start to see my fruit. You start to see all of the different things that I'm putting in, you get to see it. But you get to look at me in a different light, because now I'm not pouring into you in the same aspect. I'm still pouring, but you get to see all the other aspects of me that you may have missed when you identify me by what I did. All right, so when we looking at studying the old version of ourselves, let's look at the identity. Let's look at the self-image. And let's look at all the different characteristic traits and things of yourself. And really take some time to dive deep and to ask yourself different questions pertaining to why did you want these different things. And when you find the reason why you wanted these different things at the root, that's when you can start either pulling that up and planting something else, or pulling it up and planting it in different soil. So now when you look at your identity, and now when you look at your self-image, it reflects something that you love, not something that you don't, or not something that you like, but something that you love, something that you enjoy. When you look at the mirror, even when they showing you your weaknesses, even when they showing you your strengths, when they showing you your blind spot, everything that they showing you, when we look at that self-image, it reflects what you want it to be, not what others want it to be. All right, man, I'm gonna give y'all a few more questions, man. Let's go ahead and dive into these last couple questions. So The last two questions that you can add and answer yourself when you study in the old version of you is, what labels did I wear to feel important or safe? When did I feel most fake versus most free? So those are two other questions that you can add into your analysis of your past self, and you can take to dive deeper into getting to the root and the core of who you are and what you did, why you did, and studying yourself. So as you elevate to the new version of yourself, you can get there on the right path. That greatness, woo! That greatness is in the heart, baby, and we all got it. Let's go.